Hello. All right, it's been a while since I've recorded anything on here. I'm Patrick, and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome. And let's see, I just wanted to start making a video today, so I basically was thinking about. I recently got Myst for Oculus Quest, and that was for Oculus Quest 2. I'm sorry, not well, Quest 2, whatever. I don't know if it's the exact same version. I guess it is. But I have a Quest 2, and it looks great. It looks really good. I mean, it's obviously, mobile level graphics, which is like not state of the art or top of the line or anything, but it looks wonderful, and it's the sound is great. So far, the only gripe I have, which will probably be in the title of this video, is just that they replaced the full motion video scenes with animation. And I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, I kind of think I would rather. I understand it's a difficult problem, but in Myst in particular, it's not that difficult a problem. Like, because every time you're looking at someone, you're looking at them through a screen, so they don't have to look 3D. In a VR game, it's difficult to do full motion video characters or full motion video because they look like cardboard cutouts in the 3D environment if you're going to do that. They did that in Abduction, and I'm pretty sure the way they looked in Abduction was like a cardboard cutout. I didn't play Abduction in VR, but it's just not. I just feel like one of the things I like most about Myst is those FMV things, where it's real video of real actors, because that's part of what's immersive about the game. Like, that's part of why it feels so real. I mean, the whole thing about when the game came out in the beginning was that it was as photorealistic as possible for a video game. Basically, for a fantasy world video game. Short of taking just real pictures of a set, this was as photoreal as you could get. And it was, or at least as photoreal as anyone had even tried to get. And the full motion video really added to that. Like, seeing actors actually playing roles, like, in your game, it looked real. It added authenticity to the whole thing. And, like, I still think people underutilize the whole concept of full motion video. I understand how it's a difficult problem, though, because it's like, it looks like old video. That full motion video from 1993 looks like video shot in 1993. There's not much that you can do to make it look better. There's a little bit, though. I mean, they did use the full motion video in the most recent re-release of Myst for PC. So I don't know. They did use the original video clips for the real Myst Masterpiece Edition, which is what it was called. That was the re-release of Myst right before this version that just came out for VR. And they had the original video in that, and that's just a couple years ago. Maybe it was 2014, so maybe it's a lot of years ago, but I can't remember exactly when that came out. Let's see here. When did that come out? Hold on. Let's see. Real Myst Masterpiece Edition. So I was thinking about, like, what are the techniques that they could use to do this better? Okay, it came out on Switch in just recently, but the original release of it was 2014, yeah. So, yeah, okay. The last re-release of Myst came out in 2006. And I'm pretty sure, though, in that, it was all the FMV stuff. Like, it was the original FMV. And for those that don't know, when I say FMV, I mean full motion video, which is the term used for video used on video games back in the 90s. When they would say, when they would have real video of actors in a virtual environment, or just real video in any case. Like it was video didn't look as good as actual video when it was put into a video game context, because you had to be very careful about the space you were using on the disc of the game, because there wasn't a lot of space to use, and the computers didn't have a lot of RAM, and they didn't have a lot of hard drive space, and you couldn't just, and the video players were not very good on computers back then. Like, you had to keep your videos small and highly compressed, and so they had a special term for the type of video that you saw in video games, which was called full motion video, which was anything but full motion, because it was so low frame rate. Like, usually the video quality, I think even in Myst, the video that you're looking at is 15 frames a second. You know, it's like half of what standard video, half of what you would usually see on a television, but still, it's, there's something better about keeping the original stuff in there and keeping it full motion video. So here's the options. They either, what they have in there right now does not look good. Like, and I don't want to insult whoever made those animations, but it's like if you're gonna replace those full motion video scenes, like, you have to do better than that with the animation. Because for those of us that remember what the original was like, it's a big disappointment to see it replaced by, like, not top of the line facial animation. I mean, the whole game looks beautiful, but those scenes, like that character animation, is like not great. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the style of the character animation. So yeah, let's see if I can find just a clip here. It's just Atris, Myst, and VR. Yeah, so if I can just bring this up real quick. Yeah. So, like, what are the solutions? That's what I'm wondering. And I feel like, okay, what happens if I go here? Okay. So, yeah, you can just kind of see it here. Oops. That's basically the look. And when it's animating, it I think it looks even worse than that. Like, it's just not great. Just not compared to, if you're, I don't know. I somehow I don't like the style of the animation. I don't know what it is, but like, and I'm missing that FMV feel, like the feel of looking at a real person. And it's just not, it doesn't even look 3D. Like, they didn't even, one thing I was thinking about was like, okay, well, part of what's the problem with doing full motion video elements in a 3D game in VR is that the full motion video elements will look flat. They'll look like a cardboard cutout. Well, I was thinking, like, okay, you could do real video. You could do real, like you do real 3D video you could do 3D video, like, and have a 3D video element in a 3D scene. And yes, it's going to be weird when you move your head side to side, because it's going to rotate to always be facing you. That's what it's going to look like. But it will at least have some sort of depth to it. And there are ways of doing full motion video, I feel like that's the way. I feel like that's a technique I haven't seen yet in VR, is a 3D full motion video element in a actual virtual 3D scene, combined. And yeah, it's not a perfect solution to getting full motion video in a VR experience, but it would still be better than something what they did here, which is like, it still even looks 2D, even in that projected scene that I showed you there, where it's a projection of a guy. It looks flat. It looks flat. So it is a video. It is a video element that they just put in there. So they could, I don't know. Myst VR so far is looking fantastic, and it's like the game was meant for VR, and it's like it's this amazing moment, where my life is coming full circle in a weird way, where it's like, Myst was a very formative game for me. I remember playing it and getting through all the way, like when I was 10 or 11. The game came out when I was about 7 years old, but I didn't really play it that much then. I played it a little bit probably right when it came out, but I didn't beat it until about 95 or 96, right before Riven came out. Uh, and yeah, so it's this amazing experience, but as soon as I saw that, I was just so disappointed. I wanted to see a real actor. And I was thinking, why can't they just, if the video looked old, if the issue was the video's old and it looks like 90s video, why not just put another actor in it? I mean, even the original actors could still do it. They're older by a lot, but it doesn't make the story not work. You could at least have Atris play Atris, and you just have different actors play the brothers. The brothers kind of have to be young characters, but the guy that plays Atris, Rand Miller, the owner of Cyan Worlds, the company that makes the game, he could totally still play Atris. He's not too old to play that character. So it's like they could do that again. They could just film it again, you know? And there is one part right at the end of the game, which I think probably played a role in them deciding to redo everything. There is one part right at the end of the game where you do actually see Atris in person, and so he would look like a cardboard cutout. He would look flat if he was right there in front of you as a full motion video element. So like I feel the solution there would be just film a new thing. Just film a new thing. If you have to make Rand Miller look younger, do it. Like with makeup. It won't look perfect, but you could get somewhere with makeup, and then you could film it in 3D and have it in the world as a 3D element that rotates to face you, basically. And maybe you could have multiple angles at which you film it, so it's not just you're not filming it in 3D only, but you're actually also filming it in 3D from different angles, so that if you go too far off to the side or something, if you walk away from him or something, or try to walk around him, maybe it'll kind of pop into different angles or something, which would look weird, but I'd prefer that to what they have now. I don't know. I know it's a tough situation, and maybe the right way is to make it all animated. But then if it's going to be all animated so that you can do a real-time 3D character at the end, because I'm guessing at the end you're going to encounter this person as a real-time 3D character, and it'll look better in that context as animation. But yeah, I just feel like that's something they could have done better somehow. I don't know. I just feel like the animation could be better if they're going to go the animation route. So yeah, that's just the one thing that's kind of disappointing. It's Myst is kind of about this experience that's supposed to really pull you into the world, and every element of it is about immersion and making you feel like you're really in another place. And one of the coolest aspects that worked the best for Myst at the time was the full motion video. And when I want a very immersive experience, I don't want to look at cartoon characters. I want to look at a real person. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan and an advocate of FMV, and I feel like they're just the reason why FMV is a bit of a joke today with people is because it hasn't been innovated very much with. In fact, there's kind of been a lack of even ambition or creativity with how to use FMV. I feel like the recent FMV games are playing it safe with the effect. You know, they're either like these interactive movie games. I've seen this one called She Sees Red. It's like a choose your own adventure book, but in a movie, and I'm like in movie form, and I'm like that's not what that's not the potential of FMV. You can do so much more with FMV if you just combine it with real-time 3D. And you know what they did in Abduction was very good. That's the way you do FMV. That's the way you incorporate full motion video elements. But there's so much more that it can be done in games that involves combining tricks, having some of it be having some of the image be real-time rendered, having some of the image be pre-rendered, having some of the image be actual video, having some of the image just be photographs of real things, and layering things together, layering different graphic techniques together. I think there's a lot more innovation that can be done in that area that game companies unfortunately have not been doing very much. Abduction is one example, one exception. They went in the right direction with something like Abduction. You know, another FMV person that game designer that's doing a lot of FMV that I think is making some very interesting design choices and making some very good stuff is the guy that makes Her Story and Telling Lies. I think those are the two. Those are good. Those are very good. But other than that, it's like, where is it? Where is it? So, all right, I'm just going to stop rambling now. But yeah, Myst, it looks amazing. I can't wait to finish it. But God, I don't like looking at those animated faces. Okay. Signing out.